Hey, brothers, you're watching the Home Bar Happy Hour. We're talking about, we're reviewing WrestleMania, Hall of Fame, Night 1, and we're going to talk about Night 2 and what we expect. This is my special guest right here, Wild Bill Carroll.
Coming to you live from the streets of Harrisburg.
Let's roll, brothers. So let's get into the Hall of Fame here, Bill. What would you like to start with? What did you like about it?
Well, I thought it was great that Kamala was finally recognized. I mean, the man has done so much for the sport, and didn't get none of the recognition he deserved.
I'd like to start off by saying I thought one of the most positive intros was Diamond Dallas Page introducing for the first time Lex Luger. Him coming out, standing up, didn't want any help. That guy, paraplegic, coming back. You know, he got his voice back. He has color. He's looking really healthy. And if anybody doesn't know, that Diamond Dallas Page is DDP yoga, and he's helping guys who are struggling. Jake the Snake Roberts, a lot of these older guys who, are struggling. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the bean walking again.
Yeah, which is pretty miraculous. I would say one of my favorite ones was the introduction, the first ever WrestleMania Hall of Fame match between Bret Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Steve looked really good. He looked really healthy. He had a lot of man. He was hammered when he came out there. I didn't really like how Pat McAfee came over and he started getting all wild. He reminds me of like a kid up there, man.
I agree,
dude. I thought Bret Michaels was going to smack the shit out of him.
I agree. I agree with you there. The Hitman Hart definitely looked like it, And then one thing I could not get through my brains watching it or remember, which is always a highlight, adding up to that match, was if you remember when Stone Cold said put an S in front of the Hitman.
Yes, shit man.
Shit man.
Yeah, but it was definitely an all-time great match. I mean, we're going to see some other matches coming into the Hall of Fame. I really think next year that match that's going to be introduced is definitely going to be the Hogan and Rock.
Yes,
that's definitely going to be in his number 2. It's got it. And then, or it's going to be Austin and The Rock, or something along those lines.
That's you. Or what about Mae Young and the Fabulous
Muda?
Oh, yeah.
What did she say? Michelle McCool was up there, and she was talking about that, and like how Mae Young was going to. What did she say to her? He's going to bust that ass in half or something like that?
Yes. Yeah. She was good. There was another pioneer that a lot of people don't remember how much she did for it. And then here's another one, too, that very seldom gets hardly any recognition. And it's a shame because of what the branch they were in, but you have the girls that were in Glow, and they did have some good wrestlers in there, like Mount Fiji, one of the first big women in the sport.
Bill is an excellent, awesome guest to have on for WrestleMania. Very knowledgeable of all this stuff. Let's get into Triple H's awesome. The game, Triple H. I remember when I first started, when I went from WCW to WWF back in the day. And that was when Triple H came back from his Achilles tear. And he came out and he just went electric. Man, I just went all in on that intensity and everything like that. I remember back then, my parents wouldn't allow my brother and I to watch Monday Night Raw. We would have to sneak in some Raws. So that's how I became a Stone Cold guy, because I really wanted to watch it. But, the sexuality and stuff like that, we were too young for that. Which is whatever. But, I think that my favorite part of that speech had to be when Triple H he was leaving the hotel. He was like, you know what? I'm just going to drive myself. I'm going to rent a car. And Kevin Nash rolls up in a van. Hey, what are you doing, brother? I'm just like picturing this. No, man, get in the goddamn van and open up the van.
Yes.
And whoa, holla if you hear me. This one goes on to my freaks.
Hold on.
What is going on here? Well, we have an emergency happening. So, but yes, we had him talking about how Kevin Nash rolled up in the van, opens up the van door, and there was the Click. That was the Click. There was X-Pac and Shawn Michaels in the back there getting ripped. And then you had Scott Hall in the passenger seat up front with Kevin Nash. And that's it was also, that's how they first became friends. That's part of the speech. I thought one of the funniest things was Kevin Nash, who's like close to 7 feet tall. Welcome back, brother.
I'm back.
Are your freaks?
Those are all my freaks out there that just reached out to the home bar hobby hour and says, "Holler if you hear us."
That was a Mendeja, wasn't it?
That's right. Shaniqua Brown.
Yeah. Oh boy. When that's what Triple H said, he wanted to talk about work and stuff like that, and they were all talking about work, and Scott Hall's up front in the passenger seat, and he's like, "Can we not talk about work for one goddamn day, please?" I could just see him just like. And then he said then he starts talking about work, and that's all they spoke about. Then they go to the diner, and Kevin Nash is somewhat there. Scott Hall's completely wasted. Shawn Michaels is wasted. X-Pac looked like he was all the way there. And then he passes out right in his strawberry. He orders like 5 drinks. And he passes out in his strawberry shake. And that was when Scott Hall said there was the cook put a booger in his eggs, and he got into a fight with the manager and the waitress. They almost thinking they're gonna have to call the cops. The cops run away. Like Triple H is like, "What the fuck is happening?" So then he takes out X-Pac. They're trying to get Scott Hall to come out. The cops are coming. X-Pac is just like totally fucking gone. So Triple H starts smacking him the fuck around. Shawn Michaels comes over. "What are you doing, man? You're beating the shit out of him." I was laughing my ass off because I'm like listening to this story, and it's like bringing me back to all the wild, party days of me and the boys. So like majority of the time it's something that wild. But it's going to happen in the Army.
It is, but it also showed another side to Triple H that most people might not have known. The guy actually was a caring individual, and he should have bailed on those guys. How many times, because of threatening his career because of their antics and actions, he stayed behind him.
Hey, we're going to get us another cold beer there, brother. Reach in here and grab me a legendary light. And grab our patron back here, a Budweiser. So, yeah, it definitely ran pretty good. I mean, his Triple H's speech went definitely an hour and 7 minutes, but it went pretty late in the morning, Friday night into Saturday morning. So, but yeah, let's get to night one, man. Let's get to night one. I had high expectations for night one, especially after last year. I understand that not every WrestleMania is going to be the same. It's either going to not be as good or it's going to be better. But I still had good expectations.
Yes. Oh, so that was my expectation right there.
I mean, everybody knew that he was. It was so. The whole night was so predictable. Everybody knew that stupid shit was going to happen. Yeet.
Can you yeet?
So dumb. Ugh. So dumb. I'm a huge Gunther fan. I love Guy. I think he's a great guy. I wish that he would have gotten to wrestle a lot more before losing the title. We'll see. Excuse me. We'll see where his character is going to go after that. But I think there was the one good thing. I liked how Charlotte Flair, even though she knew she was going to she lost, she kicked Tiffany Stratton right in the face.
Yes, that was
dude. Her whole side of the face is swollen up. She lost teeth,
and that is the part of wrestling that you can say is very real. The injuries are real. And, maybe her coming out of the Barbie doll house was not so real. But what you saw there, that was a real injury that she did for all of you.
What else? What else was there? Oh, dude, that triple threat match. Everybody knew that Seth Rollins. I was kind of hoping that Brock Lesnar. I still hope that Brock Lesnar's going to come out. But if he doesn't, whatever.
See, and I still think that it was a robbery because CM Punk should have won because him, like the sexy Bill Carroll, is the best in the whole damn world.
You're out of control. And then, of course, we have a patron here at the bar.
Yeah.
He's just sitting over there giggling, doesn't want to say anything, whatever. And he just wants to chit-chat. What other matches were there last night?
Oh, man.
You had the Cargill and Naomi match?
Yes.
Yeah, how did you...
the hottest babe in the planet.
Cargill.
Jade Cargill. Jade
She's a
Cargill
beast,
can come to
man.
my house any night of the week.
Oh, is that so?
Yes.
Your wife isn't. Yeah, your wife's out there.
Hey,
isn't
she
even-
would beat my wife in a wrestling match 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah.
Tell them about how you met Bianca Belair.
Oh, yeah. So we were at Daytona Bike Week, the Cabbage Patch, Coleslaw Wrestling. And Bianca Blair was there with her long ponytail and all dipping in the cabbage. It was pretty cool. It was intense. My wife wrestled last year, but this year she wouldn't do it because she was, I don't know. Last year she went down, lost, and she won one, lost two, double elimination. And I think had she won one more last year, she probably would have did it this year. But they always bring in paid celebrities. My wife beat the girl that was flown in from the land of the rising sun last year. But, yeah, she wouldn't. I couldn't get her to do it this year. So she definitely got ripped off. She could have wrestled Bianca Blair.
What about what is it, the Mexican wrestlers? What is that? The
Luchadors.
the luchadors and against Americano.
Yes. Now,
I wanted. So Rey Mysterio was supposed to wrestle, but he couldn't wrestle based on some sort of health. So
Right.
they threw in, what is his name, Rey Fenix.
right.
So they had him wrestle the American Made, who we all know is like Chad Gable. And like, if you don't follow wrestling, it's all good. But from what I gather, like this guy sticks a piece of metal through his luchador mask.
Yes.
And he headbutts people to win matches with it, which is, illegal. But I was a little pissed because I was expecting the Latin World Order, the LWO, to all come out and bum rush Americano
yes.
and tear his mask off and be like, oh my God, it's Chad Gable. And then, then the GM comes out, Chad Gable, you weren't supposed to wrestle. You know what? So if you're going to wrestle, I'll give you someone to wrestle. And all of a sudden, big Bronson Reed or Braun Strowman come out and just absolutely clear his hat.
For those of you that remember the wrestling of the late 80s, there was a tag team called the Super Machines, managed by Mr. Fuji, and they wore masks, and everybody knew it was Andre the Giant was one of them, right? But nothing could be any more funnier if the WWE would capitalize right now with this luchador movement and have a gentleman such as Otis come out as one of the new luchadors with a mask. That would be wrestling magic right there.
We forgot about the War Raiders versus the New Day.
Yes.
I like the New Day look. I like the New Day. I hate it. I always hated that, what was that cereal? Booties?
Yes.
Bootios?
Yes.
I mean, that was funny, but I didn't like how it was like, it was like, like cartoonish or kiddie. Like, I thought that was so stupid. I did think it was funny that they were like the cereal, the Bootios, and then them coming out with the trombones and stuff.
Right.
That was pretty funny.
And the Raiders were going to go down because the Raiders got to step up their game. That was a bad gimmick they were running.
They kind of remind me of the natural disasters.
Yes, the natural. But then again, that was a tag team that worked the national disaster.
Absolutely.
The Raiders. Not so much now. If they brought the Raiders back as a new Luke and Butch Bushwhacker thing, they might actually have something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What else? After night one, I give night one. I give the Hall of Fame a.
That was good.
I give the Hall of Fame from 1 to 10 on a scale. I give that a 9.3. I was either a 9.2 or 9.3. I'm going to take a high 3. I'm a Triple H fan. So, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go a 9.8 on it because I think they really hit it out of the park.
I don't know, man. There's been some good Hall of Fames in the past.
But this one with the speeches, the in-depth speeches they had,
yeah,
the background that we got now from them that we never got.
Well, it was very low key. I mean, we only had Michelle McCool, we had Lex Luger, we had the Natural Disasters, and we had Triple H, and then plus we had so you had 4 Hall of Famers, new Hall of Famers, plus a Hall of Fame match. Where, remember, like, in the previous times, it was always, at least, 6 or 7 people were, wrestlers were all in the Hall of Fame at one time. So, this was a little bit smaller Hall of Fame. Thank God, because it's out in Vegas, Pacific time, so the shit didn't start until 1 o'clock in the morning. So, but, it is what it is. So, night two. Are you excited?
I am
have
excited.
very high expectations. I'm excited for night 2. We got some solid matches, man. We got the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker, who is Rick Steiner's son, Scott Steiner's nephew.
Perhaps we'll see the rebirth of the Steiner recliner.
Yes, I would love to see Braun Breaker bring that in. I think he's holding on, but I love how he's perfecting the spear.
Oh, gosh. And you know what you're saying? While you're saying this to me, you would be better than anything in the world, wrestling magic. And he still does wrestle, but tonight you have Randy Orton and his mystery appointment, right?
Yes. Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah. You know where I'm going with this.
Yes, I still want to talk about. I still want to talk about this triple threat match. So, Braun Breaker, I hope he comes out. I don't know if you ever watched him. I remember seeing him at NXT, and when he came out at NXT for an entrance, he came out and it was Braun in big letters, and he came out with a chainsaw, and he was cutting his letters in half, and he came plowing through. I thought that was sick. So I expect an entrance somewhere like that. He's going against, what's his name? The one luchador?
I know you're talking about. I can't think his name is.
Yeah, I think he's awesome. He kind of, Penta. That's his name. Yes, Penta. He's an awesome, he's incredible. He's as good as Rey Mysterio was back in the day. And he's going against, from Judgment Day, what's that dude's name? He played, he wrestled Edge a couple years ago.
Right.
He came out as the Demon, which was his original gimmick.
I hope Braun Breaker beats both them guys.
Oh, well, that dirty Dom. That dirty Dom's going to be getting there with that stanky mustache.
I hope it's like an Ultimate Warrior match where the match is over in seconds and he just power drives through the whole
Oh, my God, absolutely. And then, of course, then we have the women's tag team championship with Liv Morgan. I'm not really too concerned. They have the one wrestler got injured from the other tag team, so she gets to pick any female wrestler she wants to be her tag team partner. I think it's going to be Trish Stratus.
Ooh, that would be nice.
Or
Trish
would it
is
even
such
be
a
ever?
dish.
Yes, she is. I've always had a huge
What about
crush on Trish.
Sable?
No, she's too. Yeah, have you
come
seen
on
Sable
now.
lately? Yeah, Brock Lesnar gave her too many F5s.
No, I don't know.
I would like to see Lita. I can see Lita coming
Lita?
out. Yeah, Lita coming out.
What about Tori Wilson?
Nah, she's not into it anymore. She's all about being a mom and fitness and stuff like that.
No, it's true. Fitness.
It's
is
the
very
same with Stacy
important.
Keibler. So we have that match, and then we have the Randy Orton match. Now, Randy Orton was supposed to wrestle Kevin Owens. We don't know, but Kevin Owens is injured, so he can't wrestle. So we have a mysterious opponent. Who do you think he's going to wrestle?
Oh, well, I've said it.
I'm saying it right now. What does everybody want? Head. What does everybody need? Head. I'm saying Al Snow.
Well, Al Snow would be great to see. You know what? Big Papa Pump would be cool to see him make another appearance, too. That would be great. If Steiner made his appearance, that would be awesome.
I'm thinking, I was
A
thinking
legend. If you could bring one legend back besides Al Snow, who would it be?
The GOAT. The GOAT. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Or maybe even everybody's hero, Dustin Runnels. The artist.
Gold
formerly
Dust?
known as Gold Dust.
Booker T. When he used to mess with Booker T, and Booker's dude would go all over the place. And yeah, dude, that was so funny.
Even Booker T, that would be great tonight. Can you dig it, sucker?
Yeah, there were 2 or 3 other wrestlers from AEW. I could see Edge coming back. I could see Dean Ambrose coming back, which would be awesome.
Ambrose.
But the wild card, nobody said.
Lex Luger.
No, not Y2J.
Oh, yeah.
Chris Jericho going out in one last match at WrestleMania.
That's true.
Hey, while you're over there by that cold, give me another cold one out there, brother.
I'll give you a cold one.
Yeah, give me another cold one. We're trying to make a legendary night here, man. I made lamb, I made ham. If you leave this place hungry, you are just out of control. So,
or if you leave thirsty.
yes. What is the other matches that we have after that? This is a good night, man. I'm really
it
digging
is a good night. I mean, let's talk about, like, you know, you got the big match of the evening coming up tonight.
Oh, yes, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes with the final boss, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that's right. It's a three-way dance.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
John Cena coming in. Main event in WrestleMania. Won a couple last times here.
And there is a high possibility we could see John Cena pull this off tonight.
Yes, I think John Cena will pull it off.
And that's why I say this backs me up to that mystery opponent tonight of Randy Orton's. Never say never.
Yes. Never say never, brother. But, so we just wanted to do a real short here and there. Ladies and gentlemen, this Friday at 5 p.m., we are going live, so you will be able to comment, interact with us on YouTube. We're going to be talking about some wild shit. I've already done content creating already, and I've already submitted it. The NFL Draft here this Thursday night, the first round, and then we got the second and third round on Friday. It's going to be a weekend banger, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Phillies and baseball. It's spring. Dude, spring is fun. Like, summer is about to be here. Warm weather. We're having a great time, aren't we?
That's right.
Yes. And we're going to get...
Stay tuned for a sea broadcast from the SS Gusto.
Yes, it's been a pleasure. I'd like to have Wild Bill on here a lot more. Get a little bit more, that way you, the audience, can get a chance to understand and meet the man, the legend, Bill Carroll.
I would like to come back here and, I'm looking forward to this. Maybe if we can get the producers to do it, you two will finally see the secrets be filled as we start revealing Confessions of a Man Whore.
That's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. This is Chef Gus, and this is Wild Bill. We'll catch you later. Let's rock out, America.
See you later.
Yes.